wanted to do a video today about the importance of mental health and taking care of yourself. This is something I wish was taught in schools. I think it actually comes under the bracket of your parents should be teaching you this, but I think the generation before ours didn't have as much as we do in the way of options on how to learn. We have the internet now, and we have this way of connecting with people that I will do a video on about this because I don't think we're using it properly a lot of the time. I think we're a very isolated generation in the same sense, but I'll go into that later. So when I was younger, I realized that I was always trying to give to people because I knew what it was like to feel alone and to feel sad, and I think that's why it was so important to me to always try and go above and beyond. And then when that didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to, I stopped and I retreated. Although, you know, I'd post things online and I would show up there as this, you know, happy, bubbly image that I wanted people to believe I wasn't. I was so sad, and it took me a while to realize why all these things were going the way they were. So basically, I wanted to come on today and just give you guys some tips and tricks on how to take care of yourself. My tip number one is ditch the victim mentality. It's gone. Get rid of it. It's not worked till now. It's not helped you. So goodbye. You don't need it. You're not a victim. You're a superstar. And excuse my French, but you are. You're a rock star and you deserve to believe that to your core. And if you don't, it's going to take some time to start, because you don't just wake up knowing things. You've got to keep teaching yourself over and over again. If you think that life is happening to you and that, you know, all these horrible events that have happened, if you focus on them, they're the only ones you're going to see. Life's not happening to you, you're happening to it. You have a say. You wake up each day and you decide what you're doing with it. If you don't like your job, you have the ability to change that. I know it feels like you don't, and I know in each moment it feels so infinite that this is all there is and this is life, but you can pack up and you can leave. You can. That's the magic of life. You are so magical if you think about it. You know, when you're younger, I don't know, I read Harry Potter and I used to love the movie Matilda and all these things because of all these magical beings, and they had all these magical powers, and I think we all love those things because we wish that we had those powers, but we do actually. If you stop and take a moment, you actually are pretty freaking magical. You built this whole life you have, and if you didn't, you have the ability to go and start a new one and make it magical. That's the magic you have. You can choose these things. It's the power of choice. And number two is learn. Learn about yourself. Learn as if it's just another class. Now for me, I've dealt with anxiety and depression since I wasn't diagnosed until I was 18, but if I look back, it started when I was 11. I remember having full-blown panic attacks in my dad's backyard, and now they were never addressed, and as I grew up and I went through school, it got worse and it was never addressed, which that sucks. I could have dealt with it a lot earlier, but it's all right. This is my journey and I'm owning it. But yeah, so learn about yourself and know yourself. So with my anxiety, I've realized that I start to get really sad and anxious and self-loathing if I am hungry. And I think that this is actually something that, I don't know if it's just a female thing, I don't know what it is, but I was never taught about the importance of nutrition and the importance of fueling your body. I think that is such an important thing. So maybe that should be number two. Maybe number two is knowing the importance of fueling your body, whether it be sleep or food or water. You're basically just a little pot plant that just needs some sun, and you just need to be fueled properly. Like, I wish I had known this sooner. Try to have all your meals. Don't skip any. You're not going to lose weight by skipping meals. I mean, you will, but then you're also going to go freaking crazy, and it's not worth it, trust me. Think of your body like a little car, right? and it's like chugging because it doesn't have any petrol in it, or gas if you're American. It's just chugging along. It's not going to make it. Your body is just the same. You're a machine. You need to make sure you're fueling yourself properly. You have to spend your whole life in this body. There's no such thing as brain transplants yet. So you're going to have to learn what are your telltale signs of stress and anxiety and sleep and all those things. You have to learn what your signs are. I wish I had learnt this sooner, honestly. It makes such a difference. Before I filmed this video, I was sitting at my desk doing some paperwork, and I started getting really upset and stressed and frustrated at myself. I was like, oh, Celeste, you've got to start this video. You've got to teach. You've got to do what you said you were going to do today. And I got really hard on myself, and then I looked at the clock and I was like, oh, I'm hungry. So I don't know, but learn about yourself. So number 3 is start journaling. I started journaling properly in 2018 when I woke up and I realized I didn't like myself or my life, and I wanted to know why, and I wanted to know how to fix it, because there's really no alternative. Stick it out and learn how to enjoy life. So here's a couple of my journals from 2018. And I remember when I started it that I had these little rules in my head that I didn't want to write anything negative down, because if I wrote it down then it was real. So I tried to just focus on the positives of each day. I tried to find 3 things each day that I was grateful for, and also I wrote out my goals for the day, because I was going through a lot at the time, and I know that if you write something out, it's more likely to come to fruition. So basically, I would start it out. Let's read a little bit. Hang on, let's find a good one. Here we go. Sometimes I would write these the night before, and then I'd read it and read it out loud, because you need to do this. But I wrote, today I'm waking up inspired. I am safe, I am free. I am who I choose to be, and I choose happiness. Bless. So basically, the structure that I try to do with my journaling is I started off with my positive affirmations. Here's July 13, 2018. I am waking up fresh and focused. I am happy because I choose to be. I am strong, I am smart, I am enough. That was my personals. You can have it however you want it to, but I think at very least that last one really helped me. And then I'd write out my goals for the day. I do it with boxes so you can go through and check off, because I think it really helps to be able to feel like you've completed something if you've checked it off. And throughout the day I'd be checking off my boxes, or at the end of the day I'd go through and check it off to see what I've done. I'd write down a little description of what's gone on in the day, and I'd try to only focus on the good things and not mention any of the negative things, because as I said before, you're always going to find what you look for. So if you sit there and think, well, this and this happened, that's how you're going to feel. But if you sit there and think, well, actually, you know, I saw a really beautiful butterfly. I don't know, something as silly as that you can put in. Just pick and choose where you're putting your focus, because it makes a difference. And then after that, I would do 3 things that I'm grateful for. And as time went on, I found my brain started to slowly get so much better. I stopped feeling as horrible, and I started to feel a lot better. I think journaling is a really important thing to do. Number 4 is the importance of having a good routine. This really should be number 1. These are not in chronological order, but you need to have a good routine. You do. You can schedule in your spontaneity if you want, but you need a good routine. That's how humans work. So try to get a little bit of physical activity in, get your serotonin running. If you're like me and your body struggles to produce it naturally, you need to force your body to do it. So I would wake up and I would go for a run, or I'd wake up and I would just do some squats and some stretches. And I know it's hard sometimes, or a lot of the time, to find that motivation, but trust me, once you start working it into your routine, everything's going to be a lot easier. Give yourself enough nutrients, give yourself physical activity, give yourself enough rest, and give yourself some fun. You just need to take care of these 4 things, and the rest should start playing out. Honestly, take care of yourself. It is so important, and it makes such a difference. Wow. And one little quote I want to leave you with is, a secret to happiness is letting every situation be what it is instead of what you think it should be. I love that. And I think once you kind of accept that and you kind of let go of that control and you get some faith in God or the universe or the people around you or in yourself, whatever you choose to believe in, once you have that belief that it's going to be okay, it'll all work out in the end, then I think it helps a lot. I don't know. All I can do is try and share with you guys what I know and what has helped me. Well, there's a few little tips. This is my first sit down, have a real talk about something I'm passionate about, and I've tried to do this before, but I get up in my head. But yeah, go easy on yourself. Learn to be a bit more compassionate to yourself. Stop trying to give all of your love to everyone around you and start giving it to you, because the human experience is kind of a lonely one, but it doesn't have to be. So that's why I thought I'd start making these YouTube videos, and why I thought I'd start being a lot more real on the internet, because I realized I've just been putting out this image of what I want to be instead of just being who I am. I just want everyone to be happy, and I want everyone to learn about themselves, because at the end of the day, happy people don't hurt people, and if there's one thing this world needs is less hurt and less hate and more love. And that's what you're gonna get from this channel. I should just change my tagline to nothing but love. That's what I try to go by, nothing but love. So drop your name and any social handles below and I will follow you, and I will be your new hype girl, because everyone needs a hype girl. So anyway, I hope you have a brilliant day, and I hope that you take care of yourself, and I hope that you've taken some of this into account. I know you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink, so we're all on our own journeys and we'll all figure it out in our own time. Maybe you can learn quicker than I did, because it's taken me a while to get this far, and I've only just started putting myself back out into things. So have a lovely day, and I will see you around soon. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. So if you've liked this video, and if you're like me and you enjoy quotes, I was thinking of just doing a video of quotes that have changed my life. I think I'm gonna do that actually. That'll be my next video. Cool. Anyway, take care of yourself and know that you are so loved and you're so special and you're so important. Know that you are more than enough, and that one day you'll understand it. All right, be safe. Bye.